Good morning, this is Wayne Blau with another smart profit maximizing moment. Sorry about that, I was trying to line up the camera. I don't know how it works, but it seems like I'm looking at it weird. Anyways, love live TV. Again, my name is Wayne Blau. Today we're going to talk about why most startups fail. And then we're going to talk about why most successful businesses succeed. All right. We'll do that tomorrow because I don't want this to be a 20-minute post, so we'll split it in half. So pay attention today, and for sure pay attention tomorrow, so that you learn what it is that separates those businesses that are highly successful from those that fail or are just hanging on. Okay. One of the huge advantages I have as a CPA, and I've been working as one for 40 plus years, a certificate over my shoulder, wherever it is over there. I got it back in 1977. So I've been working with small business owners for a very, very long time. Founded my own CPA firm in 1991. And we focus mainly on small business owners. We help them do three things. One, first and foremost, in my mind, we help them become more successful. And that's the purpose behind these videos. It's the purpose behind the challenge we're going to have starting July 8th. Pay attention, because we're going to help you become one of those businesses that succeed rather than those that fail or stagnate. All right. Second thing we do is tax planning. We've helped our clients in the last 3 years save over $4.3 million that they got to use rather than send to the IRS. And finally, of course, we do tax returns. All right, it's very simple as that. And we do them in a way that, as much as possible, as humanly possible, and decreases the amount of audits. And our audit rate is well below national average, okay? Today we're going to talk, like I said, of why business owners fail and some succeed, all right? Some do very, very well. Now, like I said, I'm going to split this in two because it's a very long one. I've worked with small business owners. Thank you, Jim. I've worked with small business owners for a very, very long time. And what I've seen as much as possible is how they fail and how they succeed. I always joke that I've gotten one heck of an education without losing a ton of money myself. It's very simple as that. I've had the ability to watch the successful ones and what they do. And sadly, I've had the ability to watch and helped and put some to bed. And it's a problem with CPAs. We tend to do triage. People come to us with their problems. We sit down and we analyze them, and we say, okay, sorry, we really can't help you. Wish you'd come earlier. Send them to a bankruptcy attorney. We could help, but you don't really have the money. And then yeah, definitely we can help. So you break it into who you can help and who you can't. Pretty much like triage. And I've spent a lot of time studying what makes them successful and what makes them fail. And you've all heard the statistics. 95% of small business owners that start off are gone within 10 years. Half are gone within 5 years, and less than 1% actually build a business that survives the death or retirement of the owner. All right. Why? And what's really not discussed in those statistics is the toll that this failure has on the business owner and their family. I've seen suicides successfully in attempts. I've seen tons of divorces that are caused by that. I've seen, worse than that, the death of a dream that this person had for years before they started the business, all right? And, there's so many different reasons. I mean, the SBA goes through a bunch of them, and I've added more, and that's what I'm going to do today, is I'm going to cover the reasons for the failures. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about, and come back tomorrow, because today was why they fail. Tomorrow, I'm going to go into what I believe is the number one reason why they succeed, all right? So first, and I see this all the time, choosing or staying in a niche that's no longer profitable. It happens all the time. I had somebody recently walk in, and they came in, and we looked at their niche, and it's like, there just isn't that many people around. All right, you need to really pay attention to what niche you're in and what's changing out there. The world is seriously changing. All right. Not having actual hands-on experience in the industry before opening a new business. See this all the time. Somebody's successful in one place, thinks they can do it again in another. They were opening a bar, restaurant. That seems to be what I run into all the time. And I'm always asking them, have you ever opened a bar or a restaurant before? If you haven't, what are you doing? because you don't know what you're getting into. Third, unwillingness of the owner to take responsibility for anything that's not working. At the end of the day, it's our fault. I do a lot of coaching where I'm telling people it's your fault. You got to take responsibility before you can change it. Poor management skills by the owner. We're not born entrepreneurs. Most entrepreneurs are technicians that were good. They're good at being a dentist, good at being a CPA, not good at managing a CPA firm or a dental practice or a plumbing firm or you name the business. Lack of necessary effort by the owner. It's especially when you're starting up. It's not a 40-hour week. Okay, unwillingness of the owner to be a continuous lifetime learner. This is a big one. All right, you have to learn the skills that you need. You don't have, probably, like I said, probably 90% of small business owners that start are technicians. They're not entrepreneurs. All right, failure to have a business and marketing plan. That's obvious. If you don't, we talked about this earlier this week. If you don't have a plan, you fail. Inadequate cash reserves. Now, I was meeting with a banker yesterday, and they were talking about why they turned some down. And there's reasons, truthfully. I kind of hate to see a new business owner get a large loan very early because they substitute cash for innovation, and they don't streamline their business. They don't work on it. So having too much cash is sometimes worse. But, not having enough, it can kill you. Cash is king. When you run out, you're done. Failure to truly understand your customers' wants and needs. That's a big one. I mean, why, out of all the people out there, should they buy from you? All right. Lack of marketing and sales skill. I was guilty of that when I started. Still am to a degree. All right. We're all learning. Remember, a lifetime learning one. All right. So remember that. You need to basically hone your skills at marketing. Dan Kennedy, I think it was Dan Kennedy. Anyways, I'm pretty sure it was him. Said he basically had two things: get a customer and keep it as long as possible. All right, failing to price your product and service correctly. I'm always guilty of that one. I've been improving. We're doing better. You can all do better. Trust me, I've worked with a lot of people. Increasing their price is not as hard as everybody thinks. Failure to anticipate or react to marketplace, competition, or technology. I've had to redo my business probably 4 times since I started in 1991 to react to what's happening in the outside world. You need to too. If you're not, I can't tell you how many times I walk into a place and talk to the owner and they're still trying to work like it was the 90s. Those days are gone, and it just won't work. Over-dependence on one customer or one niche. I've seen that all the time. I had one person was doing $2 million in sales. 95% was from one customer. That's not a business. That's just an outsourced job. Now, he was doing quite well until the ownership changed and he lost it. Basically, I got 2 cases. One has been hanging on for about 5 years, and the other's gone. All right, that's just in the last couple of years, the last few years. Uncontrolled growth can be just as bad. I had one client that I worked with who did $500,000 one year. Both partners took home $100,000. Next year, they went up to $2 to $3 million. I can't remember the exact numbers. I went bankrupt. They lost $300,000. Because they didn't have the systems in place. So we could talk about that one all the time. The owners believing they can do everything themselves. You need to outsource stuff. We're getting ready for that challenge I talked to you about on July 8th. Pay attention tomorrow because I'm going to give you a lot more information on that. And, I hired One Click Lindsay. If you don't know her, send me an email if you ever want to do something like that. She's excellent. And I remember her asking me a question. I didn't even understand the question. I didn't know what I didn't know. Hire experts to get you out of trouble. Poor customer service. I gave you an example a few weeks back of somebody who ran a special, got a bunch of customers, screwed it up by not having good customer service. Unqualified, untrained employees. Don't have to say much about that. Failure to seek outside professional help. Can't tell you how many times I've said, man, you should have called me before you did this. It costs tons of money. It costs a little bit of money with a lawyer or a CPA or a coach, somebody, just to help you get back on the right track. Poor inventory management, not collecting receivables. These are 2 big ones, all right? You don't need to spend a lot of time on that. They're kind of self-explanatory. Over-borrowing and not matching the correct loan type with your need. I've talked about that a little bit. And failing to innovate and introduce new products or services. That's kind of key. You have the customer. Figure out what you can sell more to them, all right? Look, a review of this list kind of give you a clue of what I'm going to tell you tomorrow a little bit. Is business failure is due to the inexperience and lack of business knowledge by the owner. All right. So we're going to talk tomorrow about what I see And what a study has shown is the number one thing that successful business owners do differently than unsuccessful business owners. I don't want to take a lot of your time today. Like I said, pay attention tomorrow and check your emails. I'm going to seriously be pushing. We're going to be starting July 8th, showing you the smart profit maximizing system. I'm going to discuss that a little bit more in detail tomorrow so you get what that is and how it works with why some business owners are highly successful and others aren't. Hey, until next time, this is Wayne Belisle saying, let's make this our most profitable year ever. Thank you very much.